So what do you know? Whoopity-doo, it's a brand new day at YouTube, and Susan decided to do something crazy again. So, let's watch the new video. They're changing the dislike button again. Whoopity-doo.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial.
Well, it does. It does help me. Let's say if I were to change oil in a car, knowing how to do it properly on the right engine, the right make, and the right model can help me a lot and not waste my time so I can get it done quicker. So if I cannot see the dislike button to show, yeah, this is not a good video, don't trust him, then that could save my time. That could save me around 10 minutes. But removing the dislike button adds 10 minutes. And more and more and more trying to find that video that I need to watch.
Or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not. But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something.
The only time I've ever experienced this, and I use YouTube on an almost daily basis, the only time I've experienced that happening was when it was actually needed. When someone was doing something downright awful on YouTube, but YouTube still promotes them, they will dislike the video. Like YouTube Rewind of 2018. That's the most disliked video on the entire website. And yet, I think it turned into a game to try and get it up there. Like, the most disliked video before that, which was Baby by Justin Bieber, the official music video. I do remember that being, like, the worst video on YouTube. People undisliked it, so the number would drive down and drive YouTube Rewind up, so it can be the most disliked video. That's the only time I can recall it being a game. And again, I know you can't see me, but I'm making air quotes.
Like a game with a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice. So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform.
Well, there's a problem with that. April of 2021, April of this year on YouTube, was kind of like the American government in the mid-70s. I know this is a very, very bad comparison, but to stick with me. You know, the main leader of the entire, platform lied to short video creators, cut off all the revenue, didn't give them no money, and then changed it 2 weeks later, and lied to us straight in our faces. Come on, Susan. And then you had them taking away the dislike button. YouTube was messing with us like we were lab rats back then. And they still do now. Well, they have since, the beginning of the decade, but, who cares?
And after analysis, they did see a reduction. So, the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want. Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again, I kind of have this question too, but
I already saw this video before. That's how I got kind of bland for it. But, yeah, how am I going to know if the video is worthwhile watching? That's wasting my time. Are you doing it so people will watch your website more and get more money? If that's what Susan is doing it for, then this is kind of messed up and kind of a little bit scummy in my opinion. But if she's just doing it so no one gets sad, then it's also kind of bad in my opinion.
Turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if...
What do you mean it does not matter? Again, me spending time looking at the dislike button, it wastes my time. I've been working on cars in the past few months, and I need to search up like repair videos. If I see a mass dislike, which again, they opened up the dislikes again a few months ago. What they did back in April, they stopped doing like a few days afterwards. So anyway, I was doing that. I saw I had no dislikes, and all the comments said don't trust him. So I went to another video and went on with my day. I saved around 15 minutes of my life then. Like 15 minutes that I spent working on that, getting it done quicker. That actually helps me a lot.
A video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched. Next common question, if creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engage.
I use YouTube Studio a lot. And again, this is a rant about YouTube Studio for a minute. I've used YouTube Studio for around 2 years at this point. I mainly use it so I can put up polls on my channel. Polls for my videos. That was all I used it for. And check analytics to see what am I doing right and what am I doing wrong. Everything I wanted to do, what they advertise it for, is half right. Yeah, it's used to check your analytics, and that's it. All they say you can do with that, you can't. You can't. It's just lies. You have to be like an expert hacker moment to know how to check that on YouTube. So basically, you're never going to see dislikes on a video you made ever again.
Tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public. And one more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes? No, although...
No, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. We all know it. Susan got too butthurt last year, or 3 years ago. Susan got so butthurt that she made a Watch Mojo Top 10 for 2019. And then that flopped and got lots of dislikes. So they didn't even make one in 2020 because she was, again, so butthurt. And I even haven't heard anything this year. If they do make a YouTube Rewind, it'll be coming out in like 3 weeks. So I'm actually kind of excited to see what they'll do. But yes, you did do this because YouTube Rewind got so many dislikes. Stop lying to us.
There are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes. Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so. All right, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration.
Well, the comments have proved that it did. Right now, as me recording this, November 12th, 2021, this video has 10,000 likes to 61,000 dislikes. Everyone hates this video. It's just lies. That's it. That's all it consists of. Lies.
Honestly, I think you're going to get used to it pretty quickly, and keep in mind other platforms don't even have a dislike button. So consider that. Thank you, and I hope you're well.
I am not welcome. I am not. And again, yes, most things don't have a dislike button. Most social media websites don't have a dislike button. But that's important. YouTube is like a big streaming service. What is a streaming service? You can get YouTube on your TV now. But YouTube is like a TV channel. Or a TV show. Every channel is like is a TV show. Imagine it. When people give it good ratings, it stays. But when it has bad, everyone knows, hey, maybe I should improve. Okay, that kind of is quite a bad example. But I mean, again, am I right? I'm probably not, but I think I am.